Dennis Nappi the second here. I'm joined with Nyiam, Daz Smith, Edward Riordan, and Dick Allgaier, getting ready for our target reveal. Before we do that, I just want to get some feedback on how the viewers are feeling about their sessions. Nyiam, starting with you, any thoughts or reactions before I reveal what the target is?
My sense of this is ancient technology type target. That's what I take away from this one. And some, you said the place where the gods were created. I did have some primordial type data. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Daz?
Yeah, I have to agree with that kind of stuff, really, because it felt really deep past, big kind of ancient kind of structure-y, with a bit of kind of esoteric kind of technology, advanced, not human technology kind of mixed in, really.
Okay. Wonderful. Edward?
Yep, definitely had that oldie time feel to it, with some mystical stuff, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what it was.
Okay. Thank you, Edward. And Dick?
I think I have the gods, so stay tuned.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. This target, thank you to all of you. This is a dream come true. I learned about this. It's an archaeological site that I learned about in high school. And I remember hearing about the mystery surrounding it. And I always just thought, wow, I would love to know more about this. It sounds so incredibly fascinating to me. So our target, what happened to Teotihuacan? Teotihuacan is a megalithic site that is located in Mexico. Fascinating story behind it. Our tasking for Teotihuacan. The remote viewer is to move to the ancient city of Teotihuacan, Mexico, at the point of time during the abandonment of the city by the civilization that built it.
Yeah. Now this was, I put I did a little timeline down here, and I get this is way back past, before recorded history, maybe past. This looked metallic to me, and it reminded me of an old boiler. You know how those boilers have tubes and things like that on it. And I get the sense that this interfaces with the water. It felt like a pump, an air chute or a pump, somehow interfacing with the land and the water here. Looking more at that, this looked like a complex. I wrote, this looks like a complex piece of a mechanical device, like a vertical shaft that meets with a more horizontal plane. And I get the sense of maybe centrifugal force, and maybe this is underwater. And I get the sense that this could be powered on. It felt like it's dynamic at times. So that was pretty interesting thing there.
Yeah.
And I get a very rainforest jungle type environment, lots of green vegetation. Again, what looks like a spiral or whirlpool type image. And then I saw a life with a spear and a shield. So, a more, primitive type life form walking through the forest type environment.
Really cool data too, and with the little bit of feedback that we have on it, it makes me wonder if this technology is something that we're just so not aware of. And I wonder what would happen if we flooded the site today. Would it activate something? Would it charge something? Is that in fact what it was used for? And was this just one giant megalithic technological site, like a power plant or something? Again, I'm completely making this up, just piecing random bits of data together, but it's fun to think about.
Michael Tellinger, I think that's his whole take on some of these sites, that they're
you're right.
Some pretty serious technology that we just don't really understand right now.
Yeah, he looks at the old circles in South Africa, right?
Yeah, he even does some stuff on some of these places. He'll show the aerial photos, and he'll show how it looks like a circuit board, how it's set up,
right,
like a circuit board and things like that. Yeah, interesting.
The ley lines and everything. Yep. Good point. Okay. Nyiam, great session. Thank you for your insights. Okay. Daz, you're up next.
And then I had an imagery flash of Giza with pyramids. And then, so I looked at the structure again. It was hard, solid, layered stone, very textured, very old and ancient. It feels like a past target here with a natural feeding location in a harsh environment. And so then I tried to draw the target. So, and I could just kept having this vision of a person here down low looking up at, a pyramid thing. And I wrote here, I feel like I'm below looking up a large, dark, linear structure, but it felt like it was glowing and pulsating with energy. And I wrote here, it was way in the past, almost like biblical in the past, thousands of years. I was kind of feeling
Yeah.
looking at something here, and it felt like there was a structure in motion, vertical, horizontal, down and out. I don't know. I was just trying to get the thing of this at the time, and I don't think this is the land-based structures. I think I'm seeing something that's above that. I got here an angular, linear, solid, and it felt like it was reflective and metallic, or a metallic ceramic feel to it. If you touched it, it was buzzing, shielded, electric, resonating, humming. Smelt smooth, warm, grey, silver, and white. Smelt of ozone or charged electricity. And there was a sound of moving air, like a whoosh sound to this. And it had a rotating shape, and it felt suspended. And I think I tried to draw it.
Like when I tasked this, I had zero expectation of UFOs. So really, really interesting data, Daz. Really cool. Loved it. Thank you.
Yeah, there was.
All right. Edward, you're up next, sir.
The underground things is where I went next. So there was a below ground tunnel system in there. And there were things moving around. There was kind of energetic, solid, deep into the ground. There was a tall structure above. This is the surface level here. And then there were levels below. Like it went down kind of a ways. And where people could go, and maybe some idols and stuff like that there. And the notion was that these areas here would be considered stations, which I thought was really interesting. Like, What does that mean? I mean, what does that even mean? So I wanted to look at this initiation element here. And it had the feeling of a deep mystery, like a mystery school. What would be considered, like these days, we'd call mystery teachings and stuff like that. But these would be the places where the initiates would go and learn the ways of the mysteries of the priesthood of the culture. Some achievements are required in order to gain access to the lower levels here, a type of death ceremony. You're sworn to secrecy with punishment of death. These types of real deal type of mystery school type places. This level of intensity indicates the area is held sacred and offers something to the initiate. And I had this notion of like the laying out of hands, or the initiation, the activation, the ceremony.
Really cool data, Edward. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Dick, let's take a walk down your data.
This was fun because I had a number of experiential, like I was there. I got to go back and see parts of it, like full color, like, whoa. I looked down, I didn't see the pyramid, but I go, this is a survey target. I'm looking down on an open land area where there's shapes and patterns. They may form symbols or have meaning. I can't quite resolve them or anything recognizable yet. There's something under the ground too. I'm looking down on people. They're outside, brownish areas, there's structures, feels like an archaeological site. Godlike beings with big, long skulls sit on thrones and teach specially selected elite members of high society, secret school, math, algebra, geometry, architecture, astronomy. Wisdom, not just survival, upgrade. They can do magic. They can make things levitate, materialize and dematerialize. Demonstrations as an act of power and dominion. Interesting session. I had some good fun with that.
Yeah. So I'm really curious about this, this exodus of people in the dark air. And number one, I want to compliment all of you on your division of work. I mean, I think it was amazing how everybody got different aspects of this target. Nyiam and Daz kind of having the structures of the area, above and below, and looking at possible technology and the outlying life forms that may be involved with this. Edward looking at the priest class and the underground tunnels and kind of that caste system, then Dick getting that large overlay of some of the artifacts, some of the leadership, and again, possibly what happened, something with the air. Is that related to the rift in the sky that Daz saw? I don't know, but you all had that energetic feel going around this as well. Great sessions by everybody. Thank you for giving me some insight into a childhood mystery I've always wanted to know about. Let's get our feedback now, our thoughts on these sessions as we have had a chance to look at everything. Nyiam, I'll start with you.
Yeah, that was a interesting target. I think we all had, we all pretty much latched on to the ancient civilization type theme.
Very interesting target. It's a location on my bucket list. Is somewhere I've always wanted to go, because I've been to the Egyptian pyramids, and these ones are next. I've also set this target, I've set these temples and pyramids for other viewers, but never got to work it myself. So, yeah, that's interesting to do. And as you said, there's a great division in labor, but there's also lots of interesting crossover points from all of us, like the energies, the energies and the DNA manipulation kind of thing as well.
Yep, primordial soup.
Yeah, and then all the weird possible metallic kind of high tech type stuff as well. So
I say the tech stuff too.
Yeah, lots of tech stuff, and we have to be honest. In all the books by Graham Hancock and all the top ancient astronaut people out there, they do kind of point to ancient civilizations being contacted by advanced beings in some way in the past. So, the data seems to support that.
It's reminding me of I did another target a long time ago. It was Chichen Itza, I think it was.
Yeah, I've been there. Yep.
And there was a photograph taken of the pyramid, and it was this light beam coming out from the top of it, and I was given that as a target.
I've seen that. Oh, wow.
This session had some elements that kind of reminded me of.
Yeah, we need to have some more collateral research done on all our work.
Yeah, and that's a good tasking for those of you out there watching this. If you know anybody, or if you're knowledgeable on this, what else can you share with us in your feedback? We'd love to hear more about this. This is such an incredible mystery. I think that helps piece together kind of where we come from and our origins, and unraveling that mystery of what happened in our past, and maybe it'll help us chart the course forward into the future where we're going. So please share your thoughts on this and your own analysis as keep the discussion going. Great work by all of you. Thank you for your efforts on this one, and for your commentary and feedback on it. Any other final thoughts before we wrap this one up? Okay. All right, everybody. Well, great job, team. Thank you for your hard work on this one. On behalf of Dick, Daz, Nyiam, Edward, and the rest of the crypto viewing team, I'm Dennis Nappi II. Thanks for watching.